What a beach Timus here. Now, a couple months ago, it was announced that film Brokeback Mountain and Life of Pi director Ang Lee has been attached to direct a biopic about iconic martial artists known as Bruce Lee. Well, now, not at the time, of course, his son was actually just cast as Bruce Lee, but nothing really came about, nothing really came about the project since. Well, according to the film's producer, looks like the filming for the Bruce Lee biopic could go on the way once obviously the strike ends. Uh, during an during an interview with Collider during at an interview at TIFF at the Toronto International Film Festival, that all writing for the project is nearly complete. So pretty much the writing's been done before the WJ strike. So at least that's not really holding it up. He of course, with an interview with Collider, producer Lawrence Gray pretty much admit that pretty much confirmed that filming is pretty much going on might actually go on the way once like the actor strike obviously ends. The one remaining major obstacle in the way of the biopic is the WGA slash SAG after strike. When asked if cameras could roll soon after the work, Gray said, "I believe that's right. We still have a little bit of work to do on it, but we've climbed some mountains, and I think we're pretty close." Um, an agreement, unfortunately, doesn't appear particularly close, as the unions fight for their fair wages and other workplace protections. They've seen little respectives from the AMPTP, and any attempts at negotiation between the two ever evaporate as soon as they begin. While some, like Disney's Bob Iger, have claimed they want a quick end to the strikes, major studios have shown a willingness to starve out writers and actors, meaning it could be a while before the strike finally ends. So that means this thing probably won't come out until 2025, really. The biopic of Bruce Lee is a passion project for Ang Lee, with his son Mason Lee taking the role of one of the most iconic Chinese American actors to ever appear on the big screen. From his early days playing sidekicks to the Green Hornet, to leading beloved martial arts films like Aaron the Dragon, Bruce Lee became an important cultural bridge between the East and West, defining himself as arguably the greatest and most compelling martial artist to ever live. On screen, his story promises to be an emotional one about the actor's journey to belong leading up to his untimely death at the age of 32. There are few directors better to handle such a delicate, important story. But of course, we do have Ang Lee, who is going to bring the story to life. Now, Ang Lee, let's be real, it is such a terrific filmmaker. I mean, this is a guy who gave us, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, my personal favorite, The Ice Storm. He also obviously gave us Brokeback Mountain, Life of Pi, Hulk. His last movie was Gemini Man, which, yeah, that's probably his worst film. I also did not mind that movie he did a couple years ago called Billy Lynn's Long Half Time Walk. The one he did with like Vin Diesel, Steve Martin, Kristen Stewart. That movie does not really get much praise, but that was pretty good. That aside, I'm definitely down to see this. Of course, we've already had a couple of Bruce Lee biopics before. One of which, of course, was the Rob Cohen film from 1993, which was, of course, dang, forgot the name of it. The Bruce Lee story. Of course, Bruce Lee was a heavy figure in was of course obviously a heavy figure in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was pretty cool to see. And it was called Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Why did I freeze up on the name? But yeah, I'm definitely down to see a new Bruce Lee biopic. I think honestly, Bruce Lee was way ahead of my time. But I actually used to have watched Bruce Lee films, on TV a couple times. Enter the Dragon obviously is his best. So I'm definitely intrigued to see how this biopic is going to unfold. So could be intriguing. As for the actor Mason Lee, I don't really know too much about him, but I did remember he actually had a part in The Hangover 2 as the kid who they were trying to look for, and he ended up having his finger cut. So he's definitely has some interesting acting abilities there too. So I'm definitely intrigued to see this one. I think he definitely played Bruce Lee pretty well. And Ang Lee, I mean, I could totally see how good the martial arts stuff is going to look like. I mean, if you're not seeing stuff like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, he could do some of the action stuff pretty well too. So hopefully the strike will be over so they can actually film this thing. But we shall see. Anyway, let me lead you guys. What are your thoughts on this Bruce Lee biopic set to begin filming once the strike ends? Are you even interested in checking out this Bruce Lee biopic? Do you think Ang Lee is a great fit to bring Bruce Lee's story to screen? Were you ever a fan of Bruce Lee? And bonus question: what is some of your favorite Bruce Lee roles or films? My will be obviously Aaron the Dragon. Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Samuel signing.